Thanks for starting your day with us here. I'm Ben Thompson.
We're going to get to the day's top stories. I'm Carolyn Bruck in just a few minutes. But first, Larry Sprinkle is standing by with a look at your forecast.
Hey, good morning. We'll take a look at that hour-by-hour forecast for today. Let me on the right side of the wall here. 74 degrees at 9 noontime. Slight chance of showers. I think for the middle of the afternoon could be some rain. Clearing skies as we get towards the evening. I checked the 7-day forecast. We got some really cool weather headed our way for tomorrow and Wednesday in the upper 70s. Here comes the showers. Rain likely. Heavy at times Thursday and Friday, and another really nice cool down. Low 70s on Saturday and Sunday as we head into the upcoming weekend. That is your forecast this morning. Carol.
Larry, thanks so much. Turning to your top stories of the day with your morning rush. CMS student athletes heading back to the practice fields today. The district allowing a phased return to workouts. This means teams like volleyball and cross country athletes, they'll be the first to return based on the state's revised athletic calendar. CMS says based on these workouts, they'll get input from other sports on how to best move forward.
Nearly 300 students and teachers have COVID-19 in South Carolina. A new report shows about 200 of the active cases are among students, 100 among staff. Officials do not know if they caught the virus at school, but say those people did attend school during their infectious period.
People in North Carolina have lost $4 million because of COVID-19 fraud. That's according to a new report which ranked our state the 8th most targeted in the nation. The most commonly reported scams involve people selling fake pandemic-related products online, people also reporting scam calls about stimulus checks, and websites offering fake COVID-19 testing.
North Carolina leaders are assuring voters that absentee ballots are safe and they are secure. It comes after a now flagged tweet from the president over the weekend, once again telling voters to mail in their ballots and then also show up to the polls to see if it was counted. North Carolina's Attorney General responding, saying, do not do this. Voting twice is a felony, and if you're concerned, you can easily track your ballot online.
This week, the Panthers are going to try to shake off a bit of a tough start to the season. They lost to the Las Vegas Raiders 34-30. Now, for the first time, the Panthers played in front of an empty Bank of America Stadium. But this Sunday, so we're going to forget that loss. We're going to look towards this Sunday. They're going to hit the road to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You always have to look forward, but let us know what you thought about the season opener in the comments below as you're watching our digital show here, and how you're feeling about the Panthers heading to Tampa to take on Brady and his new team, the Bucs, this next weekend. But it was an empty stadium in Bank of America for sure yesterday. Here's a picture and a video. People that were on the front row said that they could hear what people were saying, what the players were saying on the bench and on the field, something you would have never been able to do had that stadium been packed like it usually is. Also, the concourses around the stadium completely empty, spaced out tables. We did spot Sir Purr right there on the front row, still dancing, holding down the fort for us, even by his lonesome. It was the first game for our new head coach, Matt Rule, as well. He said that he wasn't nervous. Instead, he was encouraging the team to lead with a spirit of joy rather than fear. How do you feel about him so far? Our team was united before kickoff, starting and standing at the end zone together. Social justice took center stage. The team wore End Racism shirts, and 17 different players protested the national anthem, including our starting quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Also, the team wore, with their helmets, names of victims of police brutality. You can see 99 there, had Breonna Taylor. And if anyone across the Carolinas hasn't seen this update, I thought I would include it because I know that our former head coach, Ron Rivera, will always hold a special place in our hearts. Adam Schefter with ESPN shared a note saying that he had a planned IV at halftime to ensure that he would be good to go for the second half. This is one of the few updates we've heard since we found out that he was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. So we are continuing to keep him in our thoughts and prayers here on Wake Up Charlotte, guys.
Certainly so. I mean, he's done so much for this area, he and his wife. So, of course, our hearts are with him.
All right, switching gears now. Time to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. Snacking, of course, a popular pastime in recent months during a pandemic. And while the extra snacking has resulted in more groceries, it may also be contributing to less sleep.
Are you struggling to get a good night's sleep? You may want to focus on what you eat. Let's connect the dots. In households across the country, COVID-19 has led to a surge in snacking. Research shows snacking on foods high in saturated fat and sugar throughout the day is directly linked to a poor night's sleep. Experts recommend almonds as a healthier alternative. The hormone melatonin in almonds acts as a natural sleep aid. Kiwis also help encourage a well-rested night. They're filled with serotonin, a chemical that regulates your sleep cycle. And lastly, you may want to add tart cherry juice to your grocery list. Studies show adults who drink 8 ounces of the beverage twice a day sleep an average of 84 minutes longer than normal. So remember, being mindful of your daily diet can lead to well-rested nights. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Well, now to some stories to keep you and your family safe and sound today.
Something to think about before going out to dinner tonight or maybe even for lunch today. A new study shows dining out at restaurants makes you twice as likely to catch COVID-19. The CDC says adults who tested positive were way more likely to have visited a restaurant than adults who test negative. On the other hand, both groups reported going to gyms, hair salons, and stores at about the same rate. The CDC says if you are going to visit a restaurant, eating outdoors on a patio, absolutely the safest way to do it.
Even Peeps aren't immune to the pandemic. No, now the virus is canceling all these holiday treats. The company that makes Peeps says it's limiting production into next year, which means no pumpkin Peeps, no tree Peeps for Christmas, no heart Peeps for your sweetie for Valentine's Day. So our question is, are you going to miss these marshmallowy goodness treats? I am. Let us know. Use the hashtag WakeUpCLT.
I'm not.
Ben's not.
Make sure you watch us every single morning starting at 4:30 a.m. on Wake Up Charlotte over on WCNC Charlotte.
We agree on that.